Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a game that I have honestly been wanting to play for a really long time. It's Tropico 6. Tropico 6 has been on my Steam wishlist for literally months, and it has just recently gone on sale, and so I decided that I would buy it, and I would play it for you guys. But really quickly, I do want to mention that the 500 subscriber Clash Royale tournament is still happening, so if you guys play Clash Royale at all, and you want the chance to potentially win a free Pass Royale, then all that you have to do, subscribe to the channel. Once we hit 500 subscribers, I'm hosting a Clash Royale tournament. The winner gets the Pass Royale. But Tropico 6 is one of hopefully a few city building games that are going to have some real estate on this channel, and I really like city building games. I always have. I love playing these types of games. You know, it's such a relaxing but still engaging sort of gameplay that I really enjoy, and Tropico 6 is one of those games that I really have been wanting to play for a long time, and we're gonna play it. So let's put up a new game here. Now I could choose one of these preset archipelagos. This one looks tough. This one does not look easy. But I think I kind of want to do a random... Is that the fucking Palm Islands from Dubai? I'm going to make a large map with high land mass. Plateaus are going to be common. We're going to have some islands, just so that hopefully we get some bigger islands. The main island can be large. Climate can stay normal, I think. Variation will go low. Resources balanced. I don't want to be too easy. Just because it's my first time, I don't think... I'm going to go disabled volcano. Randomize the seed. Colonial era. All this can stay. I don't know if I really want to win. I think I just want to... I want to play until I feel accomplished. So what does that mean? Oops, that's not what I want. I don't want any creative mode on. I think I'm just gonna start here and just see. Yeah, I don't think I want to win this. I think I'm just gonna play until I'm satisfied. So this is our archipelago. Looks like we have 3 main islands. We have 2 little ancient ruins here. And then we have our little settlement down here. So the first thing that I need to do, though, is I need to add in a road to my port. Like that. That's what I'm looking for. So we should start on some trade routes, I think. And maybe the one that I can do is fish. That seems like one I can do. Fisherman's Wharf. Sends out boats to nearby deposits to catch fish. So let's do that. Let's have a fisherman's wharf, and let's build it right... How do I rotate? Scroll wheel. Interesting. Let's see. I feel like I'm not very good at the camera controls for this yet. But now I wonder why I can't build it there. Can I have it? I can have it on this little peninsula here. And that's close enough to the fish that were out there, I think. So let's have a road connecting it. Water is too close. Okay, so that will be what you get. I will sign a trade agreement for fish with the crown, just to get started on that. At this point now, we can only have 1 trade license at a time, which is not a big deal because we are not a bustling economy just yet. But one thing I am noticing is that we have a lot of homeless people in our town. What I kind of want to do, honestly, is move my my palace up to here, and then spend some time building out my city, some houses, some plantations, sort of things like that. Looks like my wharf is almost done. It is done. Okay, perfect. So allow local consumption I will allow, just because we need fish. And I can upgrade the building for $750. We can also start collecting shellfish, which is interesting. But I will increase the budget for my wharf so that we can up the efficiency. We got our first demand from the revolutionaries. Sofia Ortega wants us to build a tavern. And I think honestly that is a great idea, because who doesn't want a little pub? Where would that be? Entertainment? Yeah, tavern. Okay. So I think I'm gonna put it right here, maybe, because my hope is that this whole like sort of bottom area of this island is gonna be like our citizen area, and this sort of place up on the coast can be maybe our residential spot. And then as you move further in on the island, that's where we have more of our plantains, our factories, and then people are kind of living down on this area here. So once we have enough money, I will relocate the mansion up to this plateau here so that El Presidente can have a nice view of the ocean. We've built the tavern for her. We can choose 10 immigrants, $2,000, or a random blueprint. And I think right now we already have too many homeless people. So I'm going to take $2,000 and I'm going to use that time to expand my city and build some more houses. So we're going to have some bunkhouses so that we can fix our poor population, which it feels like a lot of people. We have 57 homeless folks, 11 poor families, 17 broke families. So what we really need to focus on is building the economy so that there are less broke people. Genius, right? Just genius commentary here. So I'm going to relocate these buildings. I'm going to bring my Teamster's office and my construction office to be down and closer to the dock, which is going to be more of our industrial administration area. So we will have the construction office maybe just right here will be good for now, I think. And then that frees up a little bit more space in the center of town where we can build some more houses. So the Crown want us to trade more to them, and I think I will, because how close are we to this trade route finishing? We have exported 0 fish to the Crown. That's really good. I think I will not allow local consumption for that, and we are just going to trade everything that we get to the Crown. So what I will do is I will build a plantation, and I will build a maybe I'll start with corn, and I'll start it out here. Where can I get 100 efficiency anywhere? I feel like the best I'm seeing is like 97. That was 98 there. So this is all just 98. What if I move it in closer to town? Then I'm only in like 79. So we will get this 98% efficiency corn plantation so far out of town. But that's okay, because sometimes that's how it has to be. So we're going to have this on high priority for our construction there. Are we now exporting any fish to the Crown? No. I wonder why that's not happening. So the revolutionaries want us to have a wharf and produce 500 fish. And we already have a wharf, but for some reason we are not producing fish. So I'm going to accept this, because I'm sure that this is like a very easy fix. Maybe it's something to do with the fact that fish aren't getting from the wharf to the dock, but it says there's no fish in storage here. So I don't know what's going on. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting some fish. So we have produced 260 fish. So I'm gonna keep building a couple more bunk houses. I don't know which way is facing out, but I think that is. I wonder why these are taking so long to build. That's okay. Okay, so our corn plantation has finished. So I'm going to up the budget on that. And I am going to allow local consumption for now. Okay, so we did produce 500 fish for the revolutionaries. And again, the same issue. I'm not going to choose the immigrants because we already are so homeless. I'm gonna take the money. I'm going to take the money, and one thing that I do know about this game is that people will tend to build their homeless shelters near their jobs, at least early on in the game when the roads are bad. So I'm going to build this bunkhouse next to the plantation. Let's try and figure out how many people can live in one bunkhouse. 6. For some reason... Oh, okay, so we completed the trade route for fish with the crown. That is awesome. That gave us $1,000, almost $2,000, and the crown likes us. So now we have a really interesting choice to make, and that is we can extend mandate time by 18 months, or we can get $2,000. And if we take the money, then that's just $2,000. But if we extend the mandate time, then that's this clock in the bottom left corner here. When this timer runs out in 4 years and 9 months, then the crown will come here and attack us. And so now we have the choice. Do we want to have more time before they attack us, or do we want $2,000? And honestly, we are going pretty steady with the money right now, so I'm going to extend the mandate time. And now we have 6 years and 3 months before we get bodied by the crown. So we still have 55 homeless citizens, and I think a big proponent of that is the fact that we have 36 unemployed citizens. And so what we need to do, in addition to building houses, is we also need to be creating jobs, which I am not doing a very good job at. So what I will do is I'm going to build a couple more plantations. And I want my plantations to be nice and next to each other, because there is a way that I can boost the efficiency of my plantations when they are next to each other. So I'm going to build this pineapple plantation here so that eventually we can start exporting pineapples potentially to the crown. We just need to wait for that to build. I will put it on high priority. So Penultimo, as I understand it, is my right-hand man, you know, my vice president. And he wants us to decrease our unemployment rate. I am going to accept this task because that is also something that I am interested in doing, is making sure that we are more employed. So I guess I'm wasting a little bit of time here. I should be choosing another trade route to open with the crown, and I know that the one thing on this list that we are producing is meat. So I go over to my ranch. I have no meat in storage. I go over here to my dock. I thought we were storing some things here. So then I actually don't know what's going on. If we are saving meat here or if we are consuming it all on the island, I don't know. But I do know that we are producing meat. And so what I'm gonna do is just start exporting it. And I'm only gonna do a little bit because I know that I don't have very much to spare. And basically all we're gonna send is just whatever leftovers we do have. So now that all my bunkhouses are completed, I want to rearrange a little bit so that we can stop with this large gap down the middle here. And I wonder actually if it might have been cheaper to just build more bunkhouses. Yeah, it probably would have been cheaper to just build more housing down there. But that honestly I think might end up being pretty ugly. So that's something that I'm gonna keep for now. But I likely will not forever. Just because a 9x9 grid of 9 bunkhouses is kind of not appealing to look at. So let's have a look now. The homeless citizens is slightly going down. We have a well-off homeless citizen now, which basically tells me that we just need more housing. That's really the big key. We can have 8 people who work at each plantation. And if people in the early game are going to choose to live near where they work, then we need to have another probably 2 bunkhouses down here. So that's what we'll do. We'll have one like that. And then I keep forgetting I need to be holding shift. If I want to build multiple, we'll have another one like that. Okay. So this is starting to come together now. We're a little bit spread out in terms of our main population center. Okay, so the crown wants us to build 2 ranches, and I can accept that. The revolutionaries want us to build a pirate cove, which is somewhere. Go $4,000. I can do that. Oops. Where did that go? Oh, did that cancel it because I opened the construction menu? Oh, I didn't want to cancel that. I was going to do that, but that's okay. The crown wants us to build 2 ranches, which I think is actually a good idea because we are exporting meat to them right now. So just quickly, I know we can change a work mode. If we change it to... If we keep it on humane exploit, then it will decrease the fertility in the vicinity. For some reason, it's a tongue twister for me. If we move it to pasture prohibition, the ranch does not decrease the fertility in its vicinity. It decreases the efficiency by 15%. The ranch gains a stock of manure that can be transported to manure spreaders. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to move that to pasture prohibition. And then I am going to move the ranch into down here, which is also where I'm going to put the other 2 ranches, ranchi. And then I'm going to put them both on pasture prohibition once they are built. Then I can have a road that comes through like this. And then, okay. Road is too short. Wow, you are a pain in the ass. I'm realizing now that I went the long way around. Oh, no. Oh, I just built on the plantation. I hope that is able to be rebuilt there, and now I'm demolishing. I'm not very good at this game. I'm learning. Why can't I build like that? Is it because it wants to extend to the end of the road? Yeah, it does. Okay. Do that. Hopefully this pasture can rebuild out here. Pineapple. I'm sorry to that pasture for building on that, but actually let's go ahead and increase the budget on here as well. So progression to world wars means we need to have an average revolutionary appeal of 60, and we need to have the percentage of population supporting the revolutionaries at 60. So as I understand it, we get more revolutionaries, and then that is when the crown comes to fight in a war with us, which I am not excited for because we are not very defensive right now. But the ranches are being built. The unemployment rate is what? The unemployment rate is bad. So every job that we have is taken, which means that we need more jobs. Once these ranches are built, that's going to be 8 more jobs in total. And I think if we wanted 8 more jobs, then we could have another plantation. And I think what I really want to do is build a rum distillery. So what we have to do for that production chain, first of all, is a sugar plantation. And if we want good efficiency, then we will need to build all the way out here. 99%. That feels fantastic. So I honestly wanted to build 2 of those. Oh wait, that's corn. Oh, I built it for corn. I just realized. Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna quick build it. And then I'm going to change it to sugar. And that is not optimal sugar placement. Oh, I guess it is. 99%. Oh, sugar. $300 to change the resource. My goodness, I didn't know that. So 88%. Jesus, man. And now I'm going to do all this. I spent like $600 more than I needed to. But now we have a sugar plantation, which means we can go ahead and build a rum distillery, which means that we can start making rum, which means that we can start exporting rum to the crown. Now, I don't actually know where I want to build my rum distillery. It needs to be close enough to my sugar plantation where the resources can actually get to the distillery. But I also want to put it down near the dock so that it can be taken there easily as well. I think instead the easiest thing is to just build my distillery right here and then come over here and build a Teamster's office in this general area. And I'm thinking maybe right here will do the trick. So that now we have some Teamsters who are able to move things to the dock. 63% of the homes on the island are unoccupied, which makes me wonder, why are people not living in houses? Are these houses too far away from where people are working that they don't want to make the commute? I don't know. Once these houses get built, though, I think that they are going to fill up relatively quickly. I realize also that I can accelerate the game speed and make time pass twice as fast, which will speed up the construction of some things. But let me take another look at my trade routes and see that meat is not being exported, which hopefully will be rectified once these ranches are finished. But I think for now, I'm gonna put it just on ×4 speed so that some money can start coming in and the buildings can be built. So let's accept this quest and let's go ahead and build ourselves a pirate cove. So what this will allow us to do is some sort of shenanigans involving raids, and we can steal some stuff. And I don't think it can be built anywhere on our island that isn't like right here. Which sucks because that's kind of an eyesore, but what are you gonna do? People are not very fond of El Presidente right now, and I think that the main reason for that is the fact that nobody has jobs and nobody has houses because these things are taking so goddamn long to build. Maybe I need another construction office. Yes, because these things are not... They feel like no progress is happening because no progress is happening. So we just completed the trade route with the crown for meat, which is awesome. Now what are we making on the island? We are making sugar, we are soon to be making rum, and we hopefully are soon to be making leather. But the one thing that I know we are making for sure is sugar. And because I want a lot of that to go to the rum distillery, I'm only going to do a small amount of that for now. So let's actually go ahead and quick build the construction office. Oh, the construction rate of workers from this building is increased by 20%. Each worker has a 10% risk of death on a construction site. I'm going to choose that work mode for both of my construction offices. So Lord Roger Wyndham has kindly informed us that we have completed 2 ranches, in which case I'm going to take $2,000 because we still have 4 years to prepare for the crown. And now that we have 2 construction offices, things are hopefully going to go better for us. That sort of smoothed out that bottleneck here. So what we have to do now is put these other 2 ranches on pasture prohibition so that they will start creating manure for us. And they also will not... Hey! Okay. This is big. This is actually huge. We have enough jobs now where the unemployment rate is below 7%, and look at the approval rate for El Presidente, 74%. I'm also going to choose $2,000 again, but look at the approval rate. We were up to 80% there for a second for our El Presidente approval. What does this mean? Empty in stock. So this sugar is... Oopsie. Okay, I will accept that. Anyway, we need to change our fertilizers both to multiculture, because if they were on monoculture, then it would be decreasing fertility in the vicinity. But on multiculture, it is less efficient, sure, but it is as fertile as possible, and it gets 10% efficiency for other plantations in the vicinity that are different crops on the same work mode. So what I'm going to do is make sure that both of these are up to maximum budget. Okay, we need another tavern. Max budget here to upgrade that efficiency to 116%. And I will keep this sugar plantation on monoculture for now because there are no other plantations that would be affected by it. But what I need to do is build another tavern. So what I will do is build it maybe down by the castle. All right. Good. Thank you, Sophia, for $2,000. I need another trade route with the crown. And what I will do is rum. Are we producing any rum? Because we literally are making rum just to be exported. But it doesn't look like any rum is actually getting to the distillery, which means that it's something to do with my teamsters. Increases the capacity of teamsters by 50%. Each teamster might lose up to 10% of its freight. I think I'm going to do that. And I'm probably going to do that for both of them. Now, I think there's also a way that I can, yeah. Oh, I have to be in the World Wars to get the second shift for the Teamsters, but that would just make some more jobs. Here we go. Now we are having sugar in the distillery, up the budgets for the efficiency. And then now I will come over, up the efficiency on my dock. And I will start exporting rum to the crown. I have a trade license going. I'm exporting sugar. But I'm almost done. Okay, almost done exporting sugar. That's probably why there was not much stock at the distillery, was because of all the sugar. So we have just under 2 years before the crown comes and fights us. So what I'm gonna do is I need to get defended. Guard tower 500. I'm gonna build a couple. I'm gonna build one here. I'm gonna build one right next to the palace and the pub, obviously. Protect the pub. And then I'm gonna build one at the wharf. Or the dock, I mean. And then I'm gonna build a fort also. I'm going to build a fort. I'm going to build it right in the center of everything. And we are going to make sure that we are as well protected as we can be. So this I didn't know. You will be replaced as governor of Tropico when your mandate time runs out. Until then, you can fulfill the demands of the crown to receive mandate extensions as a reward to prolong your reign. Eventually, your goal should be to free yourself from the crown by proclaiming independence. So I think that's where this comes in. The revolutionaries are approving us enough, but the population that is approving the revolutionaries is not enough. So once I complete this task, is when I can declare my independence from the crown. So I thought that when the mandate runs out, the crown was going to come and attack us, but it turns out when the mandate runs out, I'm just going to get replaced. Unless I have a percentage of population supporting the revolutionaries at 60%. Now this could be big though. If I can produce these fish, then I will choose the revolutionary immigrants, and they obviously are going to be fans of the revolutionaries, which hopefully should up that for me. So first things first though is I need to build a couple more bunkhouses, and I'm trying to see where the shacks are. I did see that there was one down here, so maybe I could build one right there, and then I need one more right on the corner here. Let's focus on this production of fish right now, because we are not going to get anywhere without completing this. This is on 125% efficiency, and it still is just the actual slowest thing ever. Let's just hope that these guys are fishing. There's a fishing spot out here, but I don't see any of the boats going, which is kind of questionable. But anyway, we are back to being out of stock at the rum distillery. I really wonder why this sugar is not exporting. We only have one unemployed citizen at this point in the town. Now, I am sort of misunderstanding how there can be a rich unemployed citizen when there are there are 49% of the houses in the country are unoccupied. And you are rich and you can't afford one. That's interesting. Let's see, we are losing a lot of money. And that I think is because this we have not been exporting sugar. Our sugar production is down, even though we're at 112%. I mean, we've been at 625 exported for so long. Is there any sugar sitting in the plantation? There's 17 sugar. So we are producing more sugar now. And a Teamster, it looks like, just took the sugar into the rum distillery. Uh-oh. We need to be exporting this. Any sugar we get, we need to be exporting. So what I'm gonna do is, because we're only 50 sugar shy, is there a way I can pause this building? Just, can I disable it for a second? You know, I'm just gonna demolish it. I'm just gonna demolish it for the time being. We only have 4 months to satisfy these revolutionaries and produce the fish, which we are not producing right now. What the hell does this mean? The guard tower has no workers. 28% of people approving of El Presidente. I might fail this, to be honest. I don't know what's going to happen in 3 months, but it's not looking good for me. We need to get more fish. There's only 1 worker at the wharf. Oh no. Oh no. Do I have too many jobs? Is that my thing? I have too many jobs. Dude, I just need more people working at the wharf so that we can catch enough fish to satisfy the revolutionaries to become president of a sovereign state. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest with you. We got to wait till the next freighter comes in, which is this one. Is it going to get there in a month? I don't know what's going to happen to me. The time is ticking. The time is ticking, and that freighter is not getting to the dock with the foreign workers in time. This might be the end of El Presidente. I don't know what's going to happen in the last week of this month. Oh, dude, time's up. Time's up. I lost. They didn't even come down here to try and fight me about it. They just kicked me out. Lord Roger Wyndham, you bitch.